Thank you very much, Your Ladyships and my Lord. I'll be as quick as possible, and I would like to indicate that I will share the time with my colleague Jackson Awele, who will deal with what happened at Forodha, while I will deal with everything that happened at IBC Anniversary Towers. The report the court has given runs into 178 pages, but we worked overnight to provide written observations to the court, which we filed this morning, and so all parties are actually aware of whatever it is the first and second respondents, petitioners have observed. Very quickly, IBC confirmed that the RTS, the results transmission system, runs on 8 servers, of which one is a virtual server.
Counsel?
Yes?
You say you filed something?
Yes, we filed written observations with court, and we have a few copies.
Just wait until we get our copies. Are they in the bunch?
We filed them
just
before.
give us
Okay.
a moment there. If you say you have extra copies, you could give us,
Yes,
so as to save on time.
yes,
We do not have a copy. If Learned Counsel could be kind enough and serve us a copy.
for the principal respondents, we can give you one of each.
This shows the time we are given to respond.
We served them before 9 o'clock this morning. Electronically. The only thing that there'll be a problem is some of the images will not be very clear, but when you do have time, the images at the end.
Just hold on, Counsel.
Okay.
Yeah. You could start.
Yes, Jackson, you could also perhaps upload it so that those who don't have a copy can see where we're reading. I'll go to the first observation on page 2, summarize the first paragraph. IBC confirmed that the results transmission system runs on 8 servers, of which one is a virtual server, and the 7 are Docker containers, which is a server within a server. The IBC denied agents access to the Docker servers. We were therefore unable to proceed further with that exercise. Paragraph 2, the...
Counsel again.
Yes.
The copies you've given us are not filed.
They're not filed, the electronic ones are filed. I anticipated having to provide 1 or 2 people with copies, but the electronic ones are filed, very clear. We have a receipt.
Yeah. It's all right.
Okay.
Counsel, I think we had already given directions that we expect oral submissions.
I am making oral submissions.
Yes, so
Okay.
I'm just saying, let us not worry too much
Okay.
about written reports, who has served who.
Okay.
You're letting the court know what you think of the exercise so that we can take those submissions into consideration. And that should apply to all the other parties.
I stand guided. Thank you very much. I go to paragraph, or I'll just make it an oral submission. The virtual image availed for scrutiny was created on the 31st of August, 2022. We therefore state that this cannot be from the same server that ran the just concluded general election. And the image of the server was not provided. The further major observation we make, the KIMS kit was not availed for scrutiny to establish the availability of the embedded scanner application that would verify the image format. So the IBC declined to avail the system documentation. I go on. There was very disturbing evidence of log deletions from the IBC server that was availed, in part, partially availed. These deletions occurred on the 6th of August 2022, which is 2 days before the contested election. We observed that, surprisingly, the registrar's report at page 21, issue number 5, indicates that there were no deletions. We think this is a mistake. It should be looked into. The effect of the deletions, we can upload that. It's on the screen now, that we were able to get from IBC, indicates that, and this is image marked 15, that at the material time, foreigners, including Ogudino, Vito, J. Carmago, Josio, were operating the system. Those are 5 foreign individuals. If a forensic image of the server is availed, details of what was deleted would certainly be established. The other major observation, IBC refused to provide a security walkthrough to highlight key security controls to determine whether Form 34A could be tampered with during transmission, at what point. So we hit a dead end, contrary to what their counsel repeatedly says. They are transparent, it's available. They are even giving the court, donating to the court Kim's kits to look through. Finally, or well, not finally, IBC refused to grant access to the forensically imaged servers. Instead, the server administrator projected the vSphere, which is the Virtual Server Application Management System, on the whiteboard to demonstrate the access to the servers. The vSphere indicates that the virtual RTS server was created and modified on the 31st of August at 2022. In effect, no information from a server was provided to show what happened during the 2022 general election. Number 11, a couple of manuals were provided, or bundles of documents. We'd like to point out that of interest to the court would be that at page 77 of one of the manuals titled Information and Communication Technology ICT Policy, at page 77 and 78 is a list of 77, a list of 41 individuals, starting with Dixon Kwanusu, and second one Abdi Dahir Abdi Malim, who are described at the top of the page as national returning officers, an office unknown to the law or the Constitution. I would request that the court takes note of that in particular. And paragraph 14, on the 1st of September 2022, the deadlock over the servers finally came to a head when IBC wrote to the Registrar of the Supreme Court enclosing a letter dated 31st August 2022 from Smartmatic International BV, the same company that Carmago comes from, in which the letter states, amongst other reasons, the image of the NTC servers containing software owned and copyrighted by Smartmatic and thus IB protected. Providing full access would infringe our intellectual property rights. That brought to the end that matter. Smartmatic, Carmago, whoever they are, wherever they are from, have indicated that they will block and refuse access to the servers completely. I then move to the images. Certain images were shared by IBC. I'm not certain that they were aware of what they were serving. There was always a staff that seemed quite unqualified in whatever they were doing. They couldn't operate the systems or pretended they couldn't, but they did share image number 6. The first image I showed was the image of deletions, but the one I would like to focus on in this very limited time is image number 6, which is several, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of logs. The logs are from the RTS server. results transmission system on various days leading up to and after the election date of the 9th. In particular, 15th July 2022 to the 16th of August 2022. And I must apologize to bring the bad news not only to this court, but to the entire Republic, that those logs contain active participation of foreigners on the results transmission systems of IBC from the 15th to the 16th of August, 15th of July to the 16th of August 2022. Their names are Vito, Josio, that is the names identified in these logs, Josio, Ogudino, Sisiva, Provisio, and Jacamargo. The copies I provided to the court are much clearer, and you can see the names, you can see the times, and of interest, and I will only highlight certain entries, only the longest entries. I will start by saying those 6 individuals, foreigners, in the Immigration Act they are also referred to as aliens, accessed this server 180 times or thereabouts. The longest being Camargo on the 8th of August 2022, Josio, let me deal with the time. Josio on the 9th of August 2022, which is the election day, for 1 hour 32 minutes. Ogudino on the 11th of August 2022, 2 hours 54 minutes. Ogudino again on the 11th of August, 3 hours 16 minutes. Ogudino on the 14th of August 2022 for 2 hours. Ogudino on the 4th of August again, 1 hour 57 minutes. And then the 16th of August, Ogudino, 1 hour 1 minute. I close by saying, what a mess, what a mess. My learned friend Mr. Ngatia struggled so hard to get Mr. Camargo out of the mess of taking control of our elections in the case of the 34A we've just been talking about, but we have caught Mr. Camargo and all his friends in our election process before, after, and where are they? Only God knows, and only the servers will show us. History is repeating itself. 2017, Mr. Chebukati refused to provide access to the servers. He's doing it again. And of course, please, I ask the court to take note of everything we have provided as far as the DCI has provided to us, we have provided to the court. These are individuals whose identities are not even known. They travel on, or they provide expired passports when interrogated by the police, and all the rest of it. I would not repeat any more of that. On the 8th of, yes, I'm happy to be pointed out, the logs will also show that on the 8th of August 2022, Camargo accessed the portal while in Venezuela. So our elections were conducted from Venezuela. The Venezuelans decided who won. Mr. Chebukati was just the mouthpiece.